Alright everyone, welcome to rabbithatchradio,
the only tokusatsu-based podcast who doesn't know how to do their intros.
You can't just say that, but you sound so smooth with that transition,
that's,
though. That sounded clean. Okay.
That's during our first gag?
Sure.
I've been preparing.
I'm your host numero uno, Gio, your Gia.
Host number 2, Dumb. Just Dom.
Dumb.
Regrettably, host number 3, Morgan.
And today, this week, for Rabbit Hatch Radio, we have watched Saber, Kamen Rider Saber, episode 28, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, episode 4, and Power Rangers Dino Fury, episode 5. But before that, our first episode did, I guess, decently well. It got surprisingly a lot of views. I don't know if that's how many.
78 views, baby.
I mean, hey. Just imagine after that, it just fucking derails down. Nobody's gonna listen.
2 views.
Exactly. But we did get I guess we're like some kind of like council of English teachers, because someone gave us an essay last week about our thoughts about Kamen Rider Saber. And I thought they were good points to talk about. And Dom kept saying I shouldn't be mean, so I'm going to try not to.
Don't be...
Okay. So basically, this guy is like, Dad, you guys suck, you don't even pay attention to Saber, this blah, 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 some guys are better than you. And so he gave us his reason why 27 was actually super good. And we are wrong. Point number 1. This was, I think, most of these are actually like counterpoints to my point, because I always have all the questions about Saber.
This guy coming to your house next.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna wake up and he's gonna just have a gun in my head. So my first point was that I was confused on why they didn't bring up Avalon or Yuri, the fact that Yuri was able to undo Toma's seal back in like episode 7. And this guy's so the rebuttal he made to was that the seals were different. The first seal sealed the Seiken driver itself and not the sword, while Calibur's seal could just seal the sword. And because I guess it looks visually different, and like some things are visually different, and so that's I have some couple points to that. One, I feel like the seals would work different for the other swords, seeing as only 3 of the swords require the driver. And the rest aren't even belts, so it makes sense if the seals were different, but could still be taken out the same. 2, the characters don't know that, and there's not a scene where they acknowledge that. Why would they know if the seal was different?
They definitely should have at least mentioned if it was a different seal.
All it would have taken is Toma going, "Hey Yuri, can't you unseal it?" And then he could have been yes, or he could have said no. That's basically all we really needed. So that's all. That's all for that point. 2, he makes a point about Rintaro, but it wasn't really a rebuttal. He basically just gives us his own opinion. But I will say, I do want to. It'd be nice to see people actually give their opinions about episodes in the comments. It's cool to see what people think. But he also my second major point was with the fact that Legiel died, and the fact that he died without really that much of a character to him. He didn't really do much for the show as a whole, and his rivalry with Saber was kind of really weak and unfleshed out. And so this guy gave many points about why it's actually there's been setup for it. 1, Toma always kills specifically his little monster Magids, and he was the first one to kill one in the first episode, I guess. And every time Legio tries to do something, Saber's there. Except for there's times when Saber isn't there, like when Saber was in Avalon and the other riders were dealing with this thing. That doesn't count. Yeah, no. My point against that is, if it is a rivalry, 1, it didn't seem like Legiel cared until Primitive Dragon, and 2, I'm pretty sure Toma's never even said Legiel's name until that arc.
I don't mean to be that guy, but comparing this with a completely different show, but
Are you about to say, going to say Garo?
Yeah. No, I'm not bringing up Garo yet.
Yeah.
But no, O's had a very similar thing going on with Uva and all of them, where it was mostly just Kazade being the closest thing to Legiel in this case, where he was the first greed that they actually met, but the difference was that like they at least knew each other's existence for a while instead of mostly.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure for the most part, Toma's like, hey, it's one of the three guys.
I don't even think Toma knows any of their names.
Yeah, they never got told any of their names. And also, it's kind of disappointing when a better, I wouldn't say rivalry, but a setup for a rivalry was set up earlier in the show between Rintaro and Zeus. It's nice and effective and simple. Zeus killed Rintaro's master, so Rintaro wants to kill him. That's the rivalry right there. The only problem is that they forgot about it, and it hasn't come up for 20 episodes.
The closest we can say is when they went back to the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, and so it's weird. Legiel barely did anything. It was a really one-sided rivalry because it's never seemed like Toma had any specific reason to want to fight Legiel. And that's just it. Please, there's so many more examples of better rivalries in writing. This is definitely not one of them. And another point was just Toma's a good MC actually, because he understood the kid, and he actually wrote the end to Primitive Dragon to create Elemental Dragon. And you know what? He got me there. Because I agree. I actually agree. I wouldn't say this makes Toma a good MC, but I feel like that little, thing, that setup for one, Primitive Dragon is a kid, Toma's been previously established to be good with kids, and, he's been previously established to be a fucking novelist. It's good usage of, the character that I wish we got to see more. Because, again, I really feel like a good MC for a writer, a good main writer, should have their personality alongside with being a writer, in which, for the most part, I feel like Toma's just a writer.
Which, for the most part, that's just... I feel like Saber tried to do too much in such a short amount of time. They should have... I feel like if they had some time to establish Toma as a character first, then, all these, events would have more and more impact. For instance, Builds, as a good example, had that section where it was just more... Sure, there was developments in the plot, but it was pretty small in the grand scheme, where it was mostly just Sento doing its own thing and taking out the Smash.
Yeah. Though I guess just a general example of what to look to as a good main writer, in which their personality is great, whether they're in or out of suit, is Gentaro from Forza. It didn't matter whether he was transformed or just hanging out with the Kamen Rider Club or talking to the Zodiac of the Week. He was always charming. He always had this nice, sort of delinquentish, friendly attitude. He was always so fun to watch, and for the most part, you could honestly go look at him and say, even if he wasn't Forza, he'd be one of my favorite characters. I just can't say that for Toma. I can't say the same about in the slightest for Toma.
I will say that I really hope Toma gets better. Saber has so much potential.
Yeah. Morgan, what's your favorite main character in Kamen Rider?
Wow, I wonder which one I'm gonna pick.
Oh god damn it.
I mean, there's only two that he's seen most of.
I have
seen. So tell us why you love Kiryu Sento.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's it. That's my entire reasoning right there. Just that sigh. No, I don't know how to describe it. He just makes sense to me. As batshit crazy as getting quote-unquote killed, or getting one person killed, having their face swapped with your face, getting amnesia, and then
Okay, you're just gonna
passed
spoil
off
all
to
of Bill real quick?
You're
You're just gonna spoil.
Welcome to Rabbit Hatch Radio. They were talking about Bill.
No, but I can't put it I can't say my thoughts and why I like Sento.
Why are you
Just-
here?
Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm leaving the Discord call.
No. Come on, you don't.
You
If
want
this episode's a mess, it's your fault for
Oh,
interrupting
okay,
me.
fine.
Yeah, no, that like last episode. Random. Dang, I can't believe these guys are just staying quiet for entire minutes on end.
SMH.
He just... Everything builds up and makes sense. He's just some random fucking genius who got amnesia somehow. Because apparently I'm not allowed to build spoiler.
Yeah.
He got amnesia due to blank reason, and his personality is very established from the first couple episodes.
He's very eccentric and stuff.
Eccentric, self-centered, kind of a piece of shit, but his heart is pure 100% gold.
Yeah.
And it feels like every time he does something, it feels like it makes sense. His actions feel like they weren't written in. It feels like, oh, yeah, someone who acts like blank would definitely blank in this situation. Or would get blank out of blank. Everything just falls into place, and I just like that archetype of character. The eccentric genius who is either fucking up constantly or never fucks up.
Damn, you're like
Good
Kabuto
job.
then.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, no, Sento is like a modernized version of what I'd say like Tendo's concept is.
I'm gonna like Kabuto then.
So, I'm gonna speed through these last points. Basically, he explained the funny Legio face when he explodes. He said Legio's face is actually like symbolism, meaning he is free from the darkness as he was as a Megid. The only problem with that is that there's never any build up to that. You don't even know that's a thing.
I
Never said that in the show either.
As the main person you're talking about who didn't watch Saber, first off, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's entirely on Morgan.
That I cannot watch TV shows very well.
Part 2.
I apologize for that. Oh, shut up! At this point, I'm just leaving the podcast. You were the one who wanted me on.
Bro, this was the three of us from the start.
No.
I was the one who went, hey.
Yeah, no, I wanted to start this originally, and then you're in the comments when I said I want to make a Toku podcast, like, hey. And I was like, alright, you're on.
As the person you're mainly as like the person you're going, oh, I didn't catch up with Saber, I have trouble watching television shows a lot.
Yeah.
To me, the Legio face was just like,
funny.
what the fuck?
I will say,
but
like,
I can't understand what symbolism it could have, but from what I've seen of Saber, it was just added there for no fucking reason.
And as someone who's seen the show and caught up, I don't get it either.
I will say that they could go back to that. Like, I'm not gonna go as in depth as Morgan just did with Build, but like, it could be a Gaim situation where there's really like, it feels kind of throwaway at first, but like, there's a scene that happens in the first couple episodes of Gaim that ends up being like super important. So
talking about the very first episode.
I want to be. I can't talk. Jesus.
I caught you slipping, and now you don't know what to do.
Shut up. I wanted to like make it vague, so it wasn't like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen.
Gaim is really another one of those seasons where you just have to see it.
It's a mess.
But yeah, no, a scene that doesn't make sense at first, but is gonna make sense eventually. Just like the teasing scene of Heisei Gen.
I just had to. I just saw Devil May Cry 5 Saber mod.
Why?
Oh no!
Because I got pinged.
Yeah, no. It's weird because the entire concept of like maybe the Megid are actually like corrupted or aren't like in control of what they're doing is literally in that very fight where it seems like Legiel never knew he was human, and they never even like teased at the fact that they didn't want to become what they currently are. Like, we only just got the teasing now. Episode 27. So that's, kind of just bad writing. I never want to be direct about, like, when I think Saber does something bad, but, I'm tired of pretending like I don't 100% like the show. I'm tired
What are you talking about?
I'm tired of being Twitter.
What are you talking about? You made those twit longer saying how it's the best show on television right now.
I know, I'm sorry. I deceived everyone. The mask is coming down.
It turns out Saber isn't actually liked.
And so before that, after that, it's just like him trying to explain things I guess we're confused about, like Tassel being in the book at the end. And then he's just like, no, Saber isn't mid. In which, whatever you want to be.
No, but the too long didn't bother to listen portion of this is so far it seems is you're a Sea Asian fan. In the West, we don't particularly like it. I don't. It sounds like you. Yeah, sounds like you like it, which is a good thing. It's a good thing that you like the show. Don't get us.
Yeah, no, we're not saying you're not allowed to like the show.
I am.
Yeah, no.
Oh, fuck off.
It's actually it's an interesting thing of how certain countries see a season, because I'm pretty sure in Japan a lot of people actually do like Ghost.
I was about to say as you know, but like off camera, Gia yells at me for at least like what season was it? I don't know. He yells at me for my opinions a lot.
It was Decade.
Oh yeah, it was Decade. Yeah.
Oh, I don't yell. No.
You yell.
No, I yelled because I logged into the call one day and we were watching the Kiva arc of Decade, and I wanted to shoot myself.
Damn, can we say that?
I don't think we can say that. No, wait, no. The most we get is demonetized.
I'm not trying to get paid for this.
Yeah, no, we aren't getting paid. We have 4 subscribers.
Bro, we're a long way till getting paid for this.
Don't worry, man. I will compensate both of you with 25 pesos each after this.
Yeah!
Woohoo! I can buy
something.
Wait. Let me do that.
I don't even think that peso is like $1.
$1.21.
Hell yeah!
I can buy a PS Now subscription. Actually, I can't.
It's about to be over.
Bro, wait.
Go buy PS Now right now. It's $1. Actually, no. By the time this is out, it's probably gonna be over. But buy Broforce. It's a fun game.
Oh yeah, no, Broforce is really fun.
Anyways, Kamen Rider Saber episode 28.
Hello and welcome to rabbithatchradio, the only podcast where we can't stay on topic.
So, okay, we're at Saber 28. So, we're hot off the press, again, of last week. Where they're back at the base explaining Elemental. And he's like, oh yeah, I wrote Elemental Dragon. It's the story about how the primitive kid gets new friends because his old friends die. And so they talk about that for a bit. They swap over to Master Logos. And Master Logos is like, her. And then they swap over to the Editor-in-Chief, the character that I guess is related to May, but only shows up sometimes. And she says, hey, you seem cooler, May. You look like you've had character development. And May's like, I've had character development, even though she hasn't. And then they cut back to the base, and they talk about the possibility of Hayato and Kamijo seeing the future as Caliber, since they're both Caliber. and then they finally cut to the southern base. I'm sorry, not a lot happens. I really doesn't feel like a lot happens in this episode. All of it can really be condensed. So, like, Ren's like, hey, Rinter, I'm leaving the organization. And Rinter is like, why? You haven't done anything. And so, I guess, honestly, I don't remember. I must have blanked out during the scene, but apparently Rika did tell Ren that Kento was back and is trying to steal the sword. And Ren's like, no, let's do that. Kento would never do that. Kento would never do that. Kento's the coolest guy on the planet.
Kento would never. He's my homie. I'm subscribed to his OnlyFans.
God.
I'm gonna run that joke to the ground.
You say it every time. And so, the theme song plays, Saber's in your hand. Then May comes to the base, and May's like, Toma, you have to make the sequel to that one banger of a book you made. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And then they start to talk about stuff that happens. Like, hey, remember episode 1? And then you like, hey, remember, like, everything else? And then they kind of explain that Toma's just the chosen one. That's why he was able to pull out the sword Rekka in episode 1. It wasn't anything clever or special. He's just the chosen one.
I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, that is the case with Rider. Mostly, like, phase 1. But, like...
I feel like as a whole, the writer... Whenever the main writer becomes the main writer, it's not like he's just like the chosen. It's usually, I feel like there's for the most part there's an explained reason. Even Ghost, he's Ghost because he happens to be in this certain situation. Yeah,
like but then there's like the others like Eiji and Godai, which.
Well, and then again, those at the same time are also situational because technically anyone could have been O's. It just decided who broke the seal first.
But like, I kind of gotta count the entire like thing as like, I don't know. If
anything, O's makes it more interesting, seeing as how someone else is actually the descendant of the original O's.
Maybe we should move on before we like.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah.
Thoughts on Kamen Rider Saber episode?
No, I'm not even done yet. The clip show is not over. So they talk about, hey, remember this, and then they cut to the Master Logos. The Master Logos is like, hey, remember this, and Rick is like, I do remember that. And so they talk about how they no longer need Toma for their great master plan, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get someone else to kill Toma. And this guy walks into the screen with like this actually honestly cool looking sword, and Rika goes, brother, and the new writers are brother. Kamen Rider Durandal or Durandal or Durandal.
Randall from Monsters Inc.
Durandal Savage is coming to here.
Here we go, brother. That's Hulk Hogan, but shut up.
And so Ren is just like running around and somehow finds Kento, and he's like, "Hey, Kento, let's fight together." And Kento's like, "No." And Ren's like, "Oh, I was never warned about this. Oh no."
If only someone could have warned me that Kento isn't the same.
And then the Zast just becomes up the alley. He's like, and then in a sense,
Mace Sans Undertale.
May still has the book that Sophia gave her that can sense Megid. And so they open the book at the base and like, wow, the Zast is there. So they go to see what's happening. And I was like, oh damn, Ren's getting his ass beat. And so Toma's like, hey, to tell us how to save the future. And Kento's like, no, that's for lamos. And he seals half of Ren's sword, and then Toma beats him up with Elemental Dragon, and then Disaster just goes home. He's probably not going to be back till like episode fucking 40 or something. Fuck, it kind of just sucks. How, like, usually when Disaster comes back, it's either something interesting, or what I've noticed more so is that it's something to do with Ren, and how I think Ren's character is going to go for the rest of the show. He literally just showed up this episode, so the main characters can know where Ren's getting beat up at. Because he didn't do anything. He watched the fight and then left.
All right. I feel like this might be like part of Ren's whole like character arc, where it's going to be something like how before he was like, yeah, screw the Megid. I think it's going to be something like Dazas becomes like his Nego to make things like simple, because like
His eye.
it would be his Aibo, since it would be like it'd be like Ren like saying like, no, get away from me, you're literally a book monster from another realm. But like I think it'd be kind of interesting to see those two end up being like partners.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they just did anything, if Disaster did anything, but like, as previously stated, or stated somewhere on Twitter, not on the show, Disaster's actor, I think, actually is an important character in Haikyuu, in which I don't know how that's currently going, so you might just be caught up with that.
Bro, is that where he goes off stream? He's going to play volleyball?
Yeah, man. What else can you do when you're bored?
I don't
Literally anything else.
Bro, he's catching up with Zenkaiger.
Also, they kind of Kento offhandedly mentioned that he thinks he was sent back by his dad.
Why was that
actually,
delivery so weird?
which implies that he doesn't know how he even came back in the first place. So that's going to be interesting to see. And they kind of end it with May being able to see the Wonder World, which I think is going to be possibly a setup for a Rentaro final form. Because usually, back when in the 20s, in the early 20s for Saber, when humans got turned into Megados, they see the Wonder World first and then get plopped into.
And then there's my interpretation, where I'm still sticking to that in my spot idea.
I wish so too. And so then at the base, Tomo's like, you know what? I want everyone to be friends. And they're like, okay. And then that's where the episode ends. And then we get the preview for next episode, where Rentaro's gonna finally join the main characters if he doesn't get killed first. And we're gonna see the new appearance of Kamen Rider Durandal, in which, my opinion, he has an ugly suit.
Wait, that's not where the episode ends. It ends with Master Logos saying how cool his book is.
You're right. He's like, damn, my book is cool, and then the episode ends. Thank you. That was so helpful. So I want to ask for y'all's opinions. What do y'all think of, before we get into general episode thoughts, what do you think about Kamen Rider Durandal, just as his suit?
Ooh, I don't. Let me pull it up.
Everyone pull up the suit.
All right.
No one is happy about it.
Preemptive thoughts before I actually pull it up. It looks.
No, I'll put it in chat 1 sec.
Even in the action in the previews, I don't think it looks good.
It just doesn't look good. It feels like I've seen this suit 3 times before.
I do like the concept. It kind of like reminds me of, like, not really our rider suit, but it reminds me of the Zodiart suit, actually, back in Forza, with like the lines and the constellations.
Honestly, for me, it reminds me of like Poseidon from the O's movies mixed with like a Shota combo.
Shota combo. I do like how they integrated his weapon, kind of like as the little trident on the side of the helmet. I do think like the general visor for it, like the kind of like purple slits for eyes, is ugly. I think
they could have done the eyes better. Then the suit would have felt better.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of potential for this suit because it's the first non-sword user in Saber that at least I've seen. I don't know if there's like a fucking gun user. No reason.
That's Slash. His sword can become a gun.
Close enough.
So,
no, but
if you don't know what this suit looks like, just like vividly imagine Poseidon from SpongeBob in your head as a Kamen Rider.
Why not just edit in the JPEG?
Because I think that'll look tacky.
Actually, I didn't know.
Fair enough.
No. My question is how they're gonna. My only real question is how they're gonna bring back Falchion.
I mean, yeah, they always can do like a plot thing since Primitive Dragon was apparently the book that I forgot his name. It was like blocked or something. You know, aka Jin from Kamen Rider Amazon. It's the book that Jin had in the trailer for the Saber movie.
Bro, I can't. When's Haruka gonna show up for Sigma?
I don't know, man. Chihiro's been chilling back with Banjo in the Skywall. So yeah,
I understood
thoughts
that
about Kamen Rider Saber episode 28. Dom.
I'm a broken record this time because I still feel like shut up. I feel like this is still just the wind up. I feel like next episode is going to be good because Rintaro gets the spotlight finally.
Yeah.
After who knows how long.
There's not much to say. There's not much to happen, except for the fact that Kenzan's like half, not like, I don't even know how.
Kenzan's getting.
How does sealing his sword works if only half of it can get sealed? Can he still transform? Does he need?
No, he needs both.
Why would you activate the Gashat right now?
It was an accident.
That's staying in.
That's not all right. I don't care. I was fiddling with it. I didn't mean. Okay. Anyways, welcome, rabbithatchradio, where Dom has so many slip ups on his side.
It's hashtag Dom slip up.
So, anyways, this is like the wind up. I feel like once Rintaro gets it feels like either something's gonna happen with May or something's gonna happen with Nagare. I think it's gonna be good.
All right, yeah, that's cool. A little bit of build up. Morgan, what did you think about the part of Saber that actually had stuff going on?
Fucking Ren got his ass beat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, little shit.
Honestly, I kind of like the shot of May looking up at the sky. I don't know why. That just kind of looks nice to me.
Yeah, why did you go straight to the Kyria voice?
What? Bro, I just spoke.
I know.
Spoke, dude. Come on.
It sounds like your Kyria voice. I'm just saying.
I liked Toma's outfit this episode.
It was a decent fit.
Solid 7 out of 10.
I'm pretty sure. This feels like Power Rangers more than anything else right now.
Hey, Gia, what did you think about episode 28? I'm glad you asked. I think this is honestly the worst time to have, even a semblance of a clip show. Especially when, for the most part, you didn't get to learn anything, or anything that was, told to us. Didn't make that much sense, and was honestly kind of mid. Man, I can't believe we got that clip show just to learn that Toma's the chosen one. Everything they could have told us, I feel like they could have just tried to do in a better way without having a clip show.
If you can't see it, our whole production crew is nothing but clones of Gia. It's scary seeing this many run around.
There's 6 of them right now, just walking around. They aren't even doing anything.
What I think about the part of the episode that had stuff, it felt kind of anticlimactic that I was actually genuinely excited to see what Ren was going to do. And then it's kind of just what always happens to Ren now after episode 16. He's just like, no! And then he runs away. I guess he's leaving the organization now, though, so I don't know what he's going to be doing for the next couple episodes. He's just kind of just homeless with half a sword.
But that leads me to another question. How do you retire from the Sword of Logos?
You just leave, you just walk out. You just walk through the front door and they can't get you.
That doesn't sound right, because, I don't mean to bring just to be that guy and keep bringing up, my shows, but,
what happens in Gara?
You don't just leave that easily. You're literally, sign up to this from, birth. By the way, if you as far as I'm concerned, Garo is a million times better than Saber. It does most of the same things.
I guess, maybe one day we'll watch Saber. I mean Garo.
April Fool's episode.
What have we been watching?
April Fool's installment.
We've been watching Garo the whole time.
Kamen Rider Garo.
Kamen Rider Garo. Isn't that... Wait. Isn't that just what Legio... No, Zeus is going to become Kamen Rider Garo.
That's it.
Yeah, that's him.
I think the kind of setup that Kento doesn't even really know how he came back would be interesting. Durandal, I feel like Durandal would be kind of lame, honestly. And I think this ass showing up was kind of pointless because all it really proved was that, or proved to do in the episode, is let everyone else know where Ren is getting beat up, and then he didn't really get to do anything. And so, I never thought I'd see the day where his ass was literally whittled down to nothing more than a plot device, but here's the day.
Meh, I think he's got a potential. At least
wish.
like a side series.
Honestly, I hate all the side content we're getting for Saber because that's where most of the good content is. Like character-wise and stuff. And I wish it was in the show. Make these characters better.
Most side content I've been keeping up on is Geo, but that's for another podcast.
Yeah, no, not as in this one. Someone else can talk about that shit, not us.
Yeah. I'll leave that to whoever. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll do a decade retrospective and make jokes about it.
Sure.
Occasionally, every other month we just have the non-latest Rider focused episodes, and they're not. And it's always just one person talking the entire time about the one thing they watched.
It's only been one of us saying two sentences about what we watched. It's just gonna be decade good, decade mid,
decade more like bad.
And that's the end of the show. Thanks for saying it, everyone.
Yeah.
Alright, let's skip to something better. Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, in which we got to see the debut of a special blue boy.
Vroom!
So, okay, we start off right in the wall evil realm, where the wall evil man is. And Vroom is looking at the little kiosk and he's like, wow, these worlds keep getting freed. And so, General Tank Man, I forgot his name, it was Erie Jude or something. He looks at the kiosk with Vroom and he's like, wow, the worlds are being freed? And he goes to Vroom and he's like, how many people know about this? And he's like, just me. And so, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna kill you, only I know about it. And that's the setup for the episode. Vroom runs away. He tries to escape all the monster little the foot soldiers coming after him, and then on the other side of things, or of the situation, they set up the parallel world for the week, which is the boxing world, in which its special thing is that I guess there's certain people it affects. It just makes them want to square up immediately with anyone they see. It's honestly the most funny thing I've seen in a modern toku, because we just have everything an old man who's on a walking cane, his back probably hurts all the time. He just suddenly throws down his cane and starts squaring up with the grandma.
Or later in the episode where they were just randomly have this surgeon who looks like he just came from in the middle of some surgery just to beat up the main characters.
Yeah, I also think the best
and the
part, nun. I think maybe Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger is this nice commentary about the real world and marriage, because there's a scene in the wedding in the
I think Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger is a good commentary on society, because they had the nun and she didn't get to do anything. It's a real commentary about how
Jesus Christ, Morgan. I'm not about to go there. Is that
why?
I was gonna talk about how it's funny at the wedding where the bride and the groom just start boxing each other.
Bro, you two went completely wild.
I don't know.
Gia went straight for the Joker. I don't even know what Morgan was trying to be.
I don't know. So yeah, everyone starts
I
boxing.
just wanted to be annoying.
Everyone starts boxing. Fuck it. Kaito goes to sleep. He gets knocked out by the old man. So and then they go to see what happens. They find like the little tank professor guy and his foot soldiers and the boxing guy, and he's like, "Hey, stop!" And then before they transform, Rune just walks and runs to the scene. He's getting chased by the foot soldiers, but they make a point that Vroom actually recognizes the Sentai gears, and so they have this whole little run sound scene. The Kikaijus, Zenkaigers, I'm getting fucked up. The Zenkaigers transform.
The Kikaijers is my favorite team.
The Zenkaigers transform, they fight, and then they eventually scare off the boxing guy. And so Vroom starts to... They escape with Vroom because Vroom is trying to leave from the organization. The Teji Tendo, I think they're called. The Toji Tendo. They run away with him. And so to do that, to find the blue man, the boxing guy makes like a worldwide announcement to anyone with boxing gloves: beat the fuck out of Vroom until he dies. Thank you very much. And so they run away, and they have this comedic kind of chase scene where they try to hide everywhere from people that want to box Vroom. And they kind of go on this little tangent with Vroom. Vroom knows something about the Sentai gears, but at first he actually thinks that the Zenkaigers are working with the Toji Tendo, because so far they're the only people that he knows that can like trap things in coins or gears and use them as powers. But there's also this little interesting thing, which I guess is going to be his character, that since he was kind of holed up in Kikaitopia and the evil headquarters for so long, he has no idea what the human world is like. So there's so many scenes of him just like, wow, what's that? What's that? What's that? And honestly, it's kind of cute. I like it.
Yeah, no, I the way that's something that they just do well overall, is that how well every character bounces off each other. Like Kaito's like just there, like, oh, that's fishnet stockings. That's you put that in your mouth. Not the stockings, but
I don't know. Man.
Dom?
Something you want to tell us,
bro? Don't get me started. I eat plastic bags.
Why
gonna
do you
go.
eat plastic bags?
Look, tune in for My Strange Addiction 2021, where Dom is going to be eating nickels.
And I'm recording. It's just a 20-minute clip of Dom eating nickels and me holding the camera and I haven't eaten all day, so I'm really shaky.
and then in the middle of the episode, Dom's like, "Look, hungry. You want some nickels?" I'm about to get off topic. So yeah, they run until they get cornered by a bunch of crazy boxing people and the bad guys. And so Vroom's like, "Hey, I'll be Zenkaiger." It's like, "Oh, okay, cool." So they transform, bum 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 bum, and we get the first full team transformation, in which I really love all of it. I love, God, the aesthetics are so cool to me. And they fight. They have this cool fight in which I couldn't do it in the moment because actually my throat was hurting. But if my throat wasn't hurting, I would have made it hurt by yelling so hard, because they used the Die Ranger gears, and Die Ranger is my favorite Sentai. And man, they used the Dairen rods. I wish they did more. And it was so cool how they did the thing, and the team showed up and did their poses. And then like the rest of the Die Rangers went into the Mother 4. And since Vroom was like off somewhere else fighting, you just see Tenma Ranger just run off to go get Vroom. I love it so much.
Yeah, that was super charming. Man, the two words to describe Kikaider, yeah. Bro, I can't believe they added
Metal Heroes is coming back.
Yeah, Metal Heroes.
Woo!
It's the only thing that describes Zenkaiger is charm and
fun.
Yes.
If the show isn't fun, why bother?
In the words of
Mr. John Fizeme Toei.
John Toei Fizeme.
Uncle of Doug Bowser.
Is this like a Yakuza like introduction, like head of the Bowser clan?
Oh my god! All right, so yeah, they beat up the guy for the week, and we get to see the big monster fight. Actually, is like really it was a fun fight to watch. How like all the boxing rings popped up everywhere, and instead of one, there's two monsters to fight. Meaning we get to see the first, well, actually the second main, like I guess, version of Zenkaiyo, Vroom Majin, in which it's kind of cool to see how they differentiate them and how like they kind of symbolize that these two are like the matches for Zenkaiyo, because Ishura and Gaon have a female voice like as the announcers, and Vroom and Majin have this male voice, and they especially have their own insert theme done by, I think, Psychic Lovers, and I don't know if there's a female singer too. I don't know if they're part of Psychic Lovers, but basically it was the guys that did the Deca Ranger theme, and it's really I think it's just really cool how they're getting all these popular Sentai singers to come back and do inserts for Zenkaiger. It's so cool, and both of them are bangers, so it's all welcome.
True.
Yes, sir. They go back to the home, like, welcome to the team room, and Vroom notices the parents. I mean, yeah, the picture of Kaito's parents, and he's like, "Wow, those guys look familiar." He was like, "Yeah, those are my parents. They discovered parallel worlds." And he was like, "Really? They kind of just visited, my crib last week." And he's like, "What?" And then that's where the episode ends. And next week we'll be getting the sushi world. So Dom. Zenkaiger number 4. Thoughts?
Can we just like cut out this entire section and just replay my thoughts from last time?
Okay. Well, let me ask you something more directly, or something more specific. No. What do you think about Vroom, and especially, well, I guess just like his character, his inspiration from Bokenger, and how he's gonna play into the team, especially with his knowledge about the parallel world and Kaito's parents.
All right. I feel like what they're gonna. I feel like there's a lot of potential here, like because Gallons are the local racists. Yeah. I feel like there's gonna be scenes of like. I feel like depending on like if it's gonna be like trying to like solve like the if it's gonna be solely based on solving where Kaito's parents are for the first bit, I feel like maybe they won't go this way. But like I feel like there's gonna be like if they do more laid back scenes between the characters, there might be scenes where like Majin, Jiran, and Vroom all like mostly like. Are you okay? Jiran and no, I'm.
Do you want a sip of water?
Bro, I don't even have water. I got Windex sitting here on my desk.
Well, there's your issue. Windex right. Doesn't calm you down.
All right. Open up the Windex. No, don't drink Windex.
I could actually hear like the bottle.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, no, listen, man, anything for the bit. But yeah, no. I feel like there's gonna be scenes of, like, Juran and Majin, like, calling him out for being, like, being so Gao, if that makes sense.
Gao? You gotta call out Gao on being Gao?
Yeah, being racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Bruins and Trumpy, they're like, oh yeah, here's, like, this and this from these other worlds, as, like, just to help them get the point across. That took a lot of effort for just...
brain power.
My brain. But yeah, no. And then I still stand by that whole guess that it's going to be the parents that made the main 4 Kikainoids.
I'd love to see that play out, actually.
And then the one thought that came across me while we were watching the episode for the first time was like, I think it would be really cool thematically if Two Kaiser ended up becoming a cyborg.
That would be interesting if he was somehow part Kikainoid and part human.
I mean,
The only question is how that would be possible.
I don't know, man. Could be like at some 10-year Kamen Rider. Yeah, no, it might be a decade thing where it's like the worlds are colliding after a while.
Jeez.
So what? He just stood in the right place.
I think it's funnier if they just
slamming.
I think it's just funnier if Two Kaiser sits on the team and he was like, when a daddy human and a I was gonna say daddy human and father Kikainoid and a mother Kikainoid love each other very much. They achieve human robophiles.
They fuse.
I think would be a funny explanation is he just there was like a human Two Kaiser and a cyborg and a Kikainoid or whatever Two Kaiser.
So there's two
Kaisers? Yeah. But then they stood in the right place, and then when worlds started colliding, or if that happened, they slammed together.
They were standing in the exact same spot, XY coordinates, longitude and latitude.
Yeah, the exact same spot, down to the fucking speck. And they just slammed together.
It's just
and then there's two people. There's two people inside the inside Two Kaiser's head. That's why he's Two Kaiser.
It's like that one scene from SpongeBob with the caveman and the robot. When worlds collide.
When worlds collide.
Hey,
I kind of want that to be their like dynamic. But hey, Gia, how did you feel about Zenkaiger?
Thank you, Dora the Explorer, and I'll get right to that. I don't know why.
Dora's
just asking the audience how they feel about Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger.
The audience? Hey audience, how do you feel?
Don't tell us, I don't care. I'm kidding. I'd love to know everyone's feedback. I thought it was a good episode, and I swear I'm not just saying that because Die Ranger.
No, I think it's just Die Ranger.
Zenkaiger has honestly been keeping up its quality, and my only... I don't know if it's even a problem, it's just kind of a thought. I don't know how the show's gonna feel when... Basically, yeah, starting next week, since there's no more team members to introduce until Two Kaiser, and we're gonna start kind of breaking down into the plot. And I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that, the quality of the show is gonna stay the same, that same fun stuff, as we get into the mystery of Kaito's parents and how Vroom might know them. And just, yeah, I hope the show doesn't fumble the ball when it comes to having a story. Beside from that, I really like Vroom as a character and how he, like, the kind of dynamic or like the personality or role he adds to the team. Because it seems like, for one, he's going to be the guy on the team that's actually going to have like some idea of how to fight the other parallel worlds, or he's going to be the guy that says, "Hey, some of the Sentai's have been trapped in the other world, so let's go get them." So maybe it'd be cool if maybe he'd actually like recognize some of the Sentai's that they use or that they're gonna free, since they don't have all the gears.
But on that same hand, he did say, "What the hell is a Bokenger?"
Well, then again, that's one of the worlds that they already had.
But then again, I kind of want them to keep up the whole thing where it being a legacy season and pretty much all but you know what I'm saying, like a Forza type legacy season, instead of being like, oh hey, hey look, it's Kenzaki Kazuma, Masked Rider Blade.
Oh fuck, it's Takaru Shiba.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just pointing and going, "Hey guys, look at that. That's Kaoru Shiba. You remember her, right? She was in 5 episodes of Shinkenger."
It's just like PNG of her head, like superimposed over matching.
it's the Legio head effect, except over Majin.
They look up to the sky and they see Gento Momori, Shinken Gold, smiling down upon them.
No. I really want the next monster. Doesn't matter like the context of like what happened in the episode. I really want the monster to blow up with the Legio effect of just Genta smiling because it's a sushi monster.
Oh wait. Oh no. Wait. I might be stretching a bit, but sushi could mean Shinkenju gear.
Honestly, like they pull up the spin swords and they start chopping up the fish or something.
For the spin swords from
I don't know if they were
Power
called the
Rangers
spin
Samurai?
swords. I don't know what they were called.
Actually,
please, hey, audience challenge. Tell me what the names of the swords were from Shinkenju down in the comments below.
Whoever gets it right gets
$19 Fortnite card.
But it's already been used.
Yeah, I used it. Sorry.
He needed the Chun-Li skin.
I'm sorry. Maybe when season 10 happens with Kamen Rider Saber skin, I'll give another one. Some extra thoughts.
Bro,
some extra thoughts about
the Sans Undertale skin comes out. I'm gonna go feral.
Jesus Christ! Some extra thoughts about the episode. Just little things I noticed. I like that Gawan's battle cry is his own name. He's like, Gawan!
No, yeah, no. I just want to press pause for a second, but I found the name. It's the Shinken Maru.
I'm not pausing. Thanks for the Shinken Maru.
We have gotten intel.
I wonder who.
It is the Shinken Maru.
Actually, yeah, no.
I'm the one watching Shinkenger. I should know this.
For anyone listening, just pretend like there was a cut between then and now. Someone in the comments section just told us that it's Shinken Maru. Thank you, helpful viewer.
Thank you, YouTube commenter. Redacted.
Pretend like you said your name. We love you.
Thank you for.
Thank you for the service to your country.
There might be a third in the third episode. There might be a little thanks segment at the beginning where we all say your name.
Yeah, no. Like it's a Patreon thing, but it's just the random people in the comment section.
It's the Patreon name reading thing, but it's just every commenter.
Yeah, so I like that Golan says his own name for his battle cry. It's honestly pretty cute. Majin still does her magic in some ways, which I love. And Juron's just wants to party. It's a cool dynamic as a team. Because, we have Kaito, who just wants to do cool shit, honestly, so it's remembered in the history books. Juron just wants to party, and the most part, just wants to make sure Kikainoids don't get a bad rep.
He just wants to grill, for God's sake.
There's Gawan, who's racist and likes humans.
Out of your Minecraft friends, which are you? The fighter, the builder, the racist. Steve.
Which is basically just the Kikainoid's dynamic. There's Majin, who really loves her, her fortune telling, and can get passionate when she needs to. And then there's Vroom, who doesn't know anything about the outside world.
Which
I didn't know Vroom's a Redditor!
What?
Because he never goes outside!
Yeah, he just now touched grass.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy for Vroom. Maybe someday you'll get his first whiff of oxygen.
Someday.
Can Kikainoids breathe?
I mean, they can eat and drink.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no.
Hold on. Do they breathe?
Okay, wait, no.
We're going way off track.
They grow up, too.
Yeah, no, they grow up.
Kikainoids.
They basically are just humans, but robots.
Man,
they really are just people in costumes.
Okay, wait.
More...
So, if there's child Kikainoids, then that implies that, 1, there's Kikainoid sex, and 2, there's Kikainoid birth.
Bro, where's Date? Where's Goto?
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm never not making that joke.
So, like, Kikainoid, man. Like, how?
Gaming.
I don't get it. It's just too much. You can't just have robots basically be humans with all these unanswered questions, except they totally will, because it's a kid's show.
They're humans, but they have cool helmets and gloves.
I'm writing a letter.
01.
I'm writing a letter to Toei right now, just to ask if Juron fucks.
It just runs. Damn, that's like 2 episodes in a row we've mentioned Sentai Iboys, but it reminds me of that one tweet from Sentai Iboys where it just goes like, he wears shorts to hide his massive cock.
I mean, do they have one?
Pull Sentai books really quick.
This is the worst conversation.
Logically, he'd have one.
No.
If there's children, there has to be.
Would it be like a? This is the. Maybe we should move on to like another topic.
I'm curious.
John Toei, does Juron know?
I'm sure Juron gets women.
Let me look up the Toei help.
Except
we gotta get the Power Rangers hotline.
Except I know. Except I ship Gowan and Juron, so I also know that Juron gets men. Juron gets everyone. Who doesn't want Juron?
No. Bro, Juron is a dilf.
Here we go, Toei International.
Robo-dilf.
Somewhere.
The only podcast you know where Morgan looks up anything during the middle of the cast for the sake of the joke.
Bro, he does everything for the sake of the joke.
Hey, Morgan.
Dude, I got a date man for the sake of the joke. That is a lie.
Wait.
Maya, if you are listening, that is a lie. I love you.
I was about to say, damn, that's a very elaborate joke.
Man, how far is the joke gonna go when you guys get married?
When we get married, it's gonna be the funniest.
I just imagine coming to Morgan's wedding. If assuming I get invited to Morgan's wedding,
instead of saying I do,
Morgan's gonna say his vows, and he's like, "You're as funny."
The last one is just,
you're as funny.
The last one's just gonna be. The last one is just gonna be, and I will forever hold this joke as the tippiest, toppest tier.
Instead of
the audience of the wedding starts hollering.
Instead of saying if I do, it's going to be for the bit.
for the bit.
For the bit. For the bit.
Honestly, just like not even joke wise. Think about how fucked it is as a child that you go to your mom and daddy and you're like, "Hey, why don't you guys decide to have me?" And the dad just goes, "For the bit."
That's the worst.
Like,
so fucked up.
From concept wise, it's hilarious, but like I feel like your kid is just gonna get depression then and there.
Like most kids, when they were like, "I don't matter," they're like, their parents go like, "No, you're the best thing ever.
You're the best joke I ever made."
This is such a fucking joke. Oh my god.
Alright, anyways, so the third show we watched for this week is Power Rangers Dino Fury Episode 4.
Yeah, no, we should probably move on.
So, Episode 4 of Dino Fury is a green-focused episode for Izzy. I think it's called Winning Attitude, and the whole the basic synopsis is that Izzy wants to win in a race. So that's where we kind of start. Izzy is kind of training for the recent marathon that's going to come up, and during the race, she gets side-eyed by this other chick, and she's like, "Eh, fuck that bitch." And then and then she goes to Javi, the Black Ranger, and they talk about like just learning the race or getting better or something. And then we get the special feature for this episode, actually, which I honestly think is really cool for Power Rangers to do. I forgot exactly who she was, but she's someone from the Special Olympics who presumably did fucking amazing. they have her on as actually Izzy's cousin.
One sec.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Keep going. I gotta go. Do something real quick.
I thought you were gonna go fact check me. Okay, Dom. So the cousin is just talking to Izzy because she's planning to train Izzy so she can win the marathon, and then Izzy gets called to the underground base where the Dino Fury Rangers are, and Sullen, the little dinosaur sidekick, goes, "Hey, I know where the Zords are. They're somewhere around here, blah, 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 go find them." And then they flip to the villain side, in which they also have a lead on where the Zords are, so they're also going to go try and find them. There's a bit of kind of slapstick again with Jane and J-Borg. They're actually trying to teach kids to how to, like, actually call the Power Rangers hotline if they see a Sporix, in which, honestly, I'm usually not one for slapstick, and I thought that was all going to be what Jay and J-Boy's characters are, but I actually like how they're being used, not only to kind of, I guess, just give a break from the episode plot, but they're also being used as kind of semi-world building. Like, hey, the Power Rangers hotline and the threat of a monster should be something told to everyone, so now they're even telling kids how to call the Power Rangers, just in case they need help. And so a monster shows up, and the Rangers transform to fight him. It's like this little fish monster that has water guns. I don't know. And so they fight. The monster gets away. And so then comes this little side plot, and where Izzy is training, and then Lily, the cousin, is late. And Izzy gets mad at her because all Lily said is, "I went shopping with my friend." And Izzy's like, "No, I needed your help, dummy. How dare you? I need to win the marathon." And Lily's like, "Should I feel terrible now?" And so they blah, blah, blah. They get more leads on the Zords, and now Izzy's gonna race in the marathon, and she's avoiding Izzy. I mean Lily. She's avoiding Lily, and it's like, "Oh, I want to talk to her." And then that's when Lily's friend, who she went shopping with, I think her name is Mona, she shows up to Izzy to cheer her on, and that's when we found out that Mona is actually in a wheelchair, and the reason Lily's been helping her is because she can't, she currently can't do all that much by herself. So she's been helping her kind of just to, do things outside. And so, obviously, since Izzy's a terrible person, she's like, fuck. I feel like an asshole now. And they do that with this really, honestly, I feel like kind of an out-of-place joke, where Javi is like, "Well, what's wrong? Are you gassy?" And Izzy's like, "No, I'm just a terrible person." And then the dad comes in and is like, "Oh, what's wrong? Are you gassy?" And I was like, okay, I think this joke has run its course. So the race begins, blah, 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 they run, and then the monster comes back and grows big. And then also in, like, this canyon, Boom Tower and Mucus has found the Zords, and they plan to send, like, a drill that has a bomb attached to it down to where the Zord is buried and blow it up, so the Rangers can't use it. Cool plan, I guess. So, back to the race. The girl who was side-eyeing Izzy in the beginning of the episode gets tripped by a tree and, like, breaks her ankle. She gets her ankles broke. And Izzy's like, honestly, like, it makes sense, because, it's both the lesson Izzy has to learn and that she's a teenager. But she's like, should I leave her suffering here? Because I can win really easily if I just leave her to suffer. So she goes down to help her, because, she's not a terrible person. And then she's like, well, I lost my lead. And then she, at the very, same time, she hears the drill and goes to stop them, while the other four are trying to fight the big monster, and they're losing. So Izzy gets the plan to, hey, lure the monster here, we'll have it blow up the ground, and we'll retrieve the Zords from getting blown up. And so Izzy is able to save the Tiger Zord, the Tiger Dinosaur Zord, Saber-toothed Tiger, I don't know, it's a dinosaur or something. I don't know. and they make the Dino Fury Megazord Claw formation, which I'm surprised I remember that name at the top of my head. It's green. You swap out the head with the green head, and they get like a new chest plate, and they beat up the monster. And so they're able to... Actually, no. Void Knight and Boob Tower takes Sporix this time. And they're like, wow, I hope we can find your Zord, Javi. And then they go back, and Izzy's like, wow, Lily, I was a bitch. And then she also is kind of sad because she didn't get to finish the race. She doesn't have a medal. And then Lily's like, here, have my medal. So, good, because you're a real winner, because you learned not everything's about winning.
Alright, I guess we're down a man. For the time being.
So, Dino Fury was pretty cool. I think the 4-person Zord... I think the 4-person Zord cockpit kind of looks crusty, but...
It's, yeah, like, even with, like, how they transitioned to do it, with Izzy very clearly being there.
Yeah, like, Izzy was there, like, in the clip, before they went into the Zord. I don't know. I
like to point out that I was the one that figured that out. Y'all didn't say anything wrong.
I thought it was the thing wrong was that they were in a completely different room.
No. Another thing, I think any like weird jarring things visually was kind of just with Izzy, and this is, I don't know. I guess the kids they won't care, but it's very obvious since it's not Mighty Morphin Era anymore, and the video that they use from Sentai isn't basically the same quality as they have now. But it's sometimes really obvious to tell that it's not Izzy in the suit, but Toa from Miyu Soldier. Because, she gains a couple inches, or her body shape kind of, becomes a bit more masculine. I don't know. It's weird since a lot of times they use their own, like completely their own fight footage, but at the same time they're not afraid to just have a Ryu Soldier, and it's gonna get a bit weirder now since Green's around.
One little thing I do like is the concept of changing whichever Zord is like very visibly in charge. It kind of reminds me of that one. Since what one?
The Dino Keys, they all have like little Megazord heads to the back of them, so that they can easily like swap out the heads.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that one Voltron cartoon with those 3 OCs, where they discover like they can swap out whoever's in charge of Voltron's head to get a new weapon.
And I'll form the head. I'll form the head.
Yeah, no, that's the entire show. That and like a cheetah main character.
Wow. Okay. I actually don't know a damn thing about Voltron, which I'm kind of disappointed in myself for that. but
wow, Gia, you're the senior Toku fan here.
Since 2016 or 2004 with Power Rangers. Shut up,
It's barely been 2 years for me.
Shut up.
I joined like last month.
Shut up. You know what? This podcast is ending right now.
Alright, been a good run. See ya.
Episode 2.
This has been a fun 2 episodes. Alright, bye.
Yeah. So, like, Morgan, what do you think about Dino Fury episode 4? 5. I'm trying to set 5. I said 5.
Was it episode 5?
It was 5. What's your thoughts?
I'm not sure you said 5, but alright.
And
what's your thoughts from last week?
Every second this podcast comes closer to ending.
No, Dino Fury was fun. I liked how we didn't get to watch the last 5 minutes until an hour ago.
That's the RHR style. We do everything really late.
I liked I just liked the episode, I'm going to be honest. I really did like it. I liked it a lot, and I don't know why.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like...
Strangely...
I feel like the thing that kind of makes it easier to watch is that I think it's something both Zenkaiger and Dino Fury is doing really good. It's charming, like really charming and just fun to watch, but at the same time, you can feel that they're trying to do a story, but it's not in the same way that Saber is trying to do a story in which it feels kind of dumb. Like, they're able to achieve feeling like something is going on while also being fun.
Do you be like, they have a story going on, which is why more than I can say for Saber.
Yeah, no, bro. Like when I go to like McDonald's and buy like a McChicken, and I bought into it, and I was like, "Dang, this is pretty crispy," which something Saber could learn from.
It's like every part of your daily life, like
Man.
my mint copy of Digimon is still better than Saber.
Man, this milkshake I got at Milkshake Place here was really good. I hope Saber can learn from this.
Yeah, no, like just the other day, I kind of got my ass beat by somebody. Who was like, "God damn, those hits were like they hit so hard. Like they were more impactful than the story beat than Saber. Like fuck."
Anyways, Saber slander aside.
Yeah, Kento's gonna love it. Hi, Kento.
Hi, Kento.
Kentaro, I'm so sorry.
Alright,
man.
Since
Wait.
Sensum Morgan thinks it was fine, but he genuinely means it. What do you mean? What do you think about episode 5, Dom?
What do I mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I have to describe what Morgan means?
Maybe.
Or what?
Yeah, no, you have to describe what I mean.
I wasn't even here for that.
Alright.
Come on, no, go. Go, big boy.
What do you think about episode 5?
Oh, episode 5 it was great. I'm gonna be honest, I blanked out for most of it, but I do like the representation of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool to see someone from the Special Olympics.
I realized it was
that's how easy it is. Twitter, take notes.
Yeah, no, I really like how I really like that they got someone who actually went through the Special Olympics and won. I think. Did they win?
Hey,
I mean, yeah,
hey, Twitter.
Yeah, they definitely made a big point about it on Twitter. So I'm assuming it's someone who actually was from the Special Olympics. Even then, if it was just something who's like special needs, I'd still like it.
You know,
hey, Twitter. Remember the skirt.
It's always cool to get representation, especially when it's like people that have actually. This is a really bad like comparison, but like I remember watching the Nostalgia Critic.
It's already terrible.
You're really going to Nostalgia Critic. You're going to Nostalgia Critic.
I'm going somewhere with this where they were, of course, they had this character. I forgot his name, but he was an actual Marine who lost his legs in the Call of Duty, and I thought that was really cool to have someone that actually went through the subject matter to be there to like consult and also be a better representation for other people watching it.
You heard it here first.
A really weird analogy.
Guys, Doug Walker is just as good as Haim Saban. Actually, Haim Saban's a terrible person.
Arguably, Doug Walker is too.
Well, hey.
Wait, we can get into the Doug Walker shit off.
Yeah, no, this is a podcast where we talk about Doug Walker.
Welcome to the Nostalgia Critic show, not the one where you actually like watch.
Hello and welcome to rabbithatchradio, the only tokusatsu based podcast that is a Doug Walker based podcast.
Doug Walker phobic.
Anyways, angry video game nerd versus Nostalgia Critic. What do y'all think about that?
Isn't that just Godzilla versus King Kong?
Isn't that just me versus Dom every day of my life?
I will end you.
Not if I do first. What did I think about Dino Fury?
Actually, what did you think of Dino Fury?
What did I think of Dino Fury? Because I'm just not going to let Dom finish, you know?
I hate you.
No, Dom, shut up.
The fact that Gia said that, and the next thing I see on my timeline is Gen about to choke someone out.
I think Dino Fury is still just kept its shining quality that it always has been. The only issue I see with Dino Fury isn't like plot things. It's just like visual or like technical issues. but like, because like one, it's literally for its split second, so I guess most children won't care. But like, could they really not just like edit it so it's just the four of them and Izzy isn't there at the bottom like left corner, or just other things like I guess fight choreography wise, some things don't make sense, but you know, a lot of the fights have still been amazing. I love watching Green and Black's debut fight over and over, and not just for the great line that was in it.
What are you talking about? I watched it just for the line.
Hey, you and me are really vibing.
Yeah, man.
Vibing with a teenager?
I now that we're kind of into like, you know, what mostly modern Power Rangers is. I was about to say Neo Power Rangers, like it's fucking Neo Heisei. But like basically what modern Power Rangers is now of just like, hey children, this is the lesson for today. Which is, you know, kind of just what Sentai is. Whatever. But now that we're getting into that, if this is the first taste of it, I feel like, you know, the next couple episodes are going to be just enjoyable to a degree. Because not only, at least hopefully, not only are we going to have, like, the lesson for the week, but we're also going to have at least something for the story. Whether it be the finding of a Zord, or the use of a new, like, power key, or something about Zeto's planet, or something about Void Knight's plan. I can't wait to see what they try to do and coincide. I do find,
which is something I can say, which is something I can't say for Saber.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like Saber really doesn't do it all that well. Like, Jesus Christ, something I find hilarious is that the episode that they used for all the footage, or the source footage from Mew Soldier, is an episode since like basically the sporks are way different from what I think they're called, like the Vivisaurs or the Minosaurs from Ryu Soldier, is that the Minosaurs come from like a person's personality, and so the monster is usually based around that, and they kind of act like the person. And the monster from this episode came out of a dad that wants to play with his kid, and so it's kind of weird how they try to adapt that in a way with some of the monsters' throwaway lines. Like, when they're at the fountain and the monster is just like, please, don't kill me, I'm a father and I have kids. And it's like, sucker, I don't actually have kids. Yeah, I find it funny. It's just funny to watch. I just, yeah, in general, I think Power Rangers is in a good spot right now, especially compared to how it's been for the past decade.
You're a slander our Lord and Savior, Jaden Shiba?
So anyways, thank you for tuning in for this week of Rabbithatch Radio.
No, you weren't going to slander him. You weren't going to slander him like that.
I hate the white man.
Tune in for our April Fool's episode where we do nothing but talk about Jaden Shiba for an hour and a half.
That's also the same episode where they're going to get a new host to do this shit, because I'm not doing it. I swear.
It's going to be Kai. It's going to be Kai.
We're not bringing my little brother in for this.
Kai.
We're getting the little brother in for this.
It's going to be Gypsy. My dog, Gypsy.
Next episode will pretty much be my birthday episode.
Yeah, no, Dom is getting older the more time goes on. Someday, he will, in fact, perish.
Like
20. Next week, I will, in fact, perish from this earth.
Yeah, and it'll
be like, by my hand.
Ooh. Yeah, Dom's gonna be, like, on his deathbed, and he'll be like, anyways, Dom, what do you think about Saber this week?
Yeah, no, I'm going to deathbed it.
It's gonna be like, well, I thought Rinto's character development is pretty good.
The day that I say Saber is good, Dia is going to end me.
So, I do want to just have some general things to ask you guys. The main
Us or the audience?
You guys.
Submit questions to ask the 4 people who have subscribed to this channel.
Yeah, thanks.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. You should probably, yeah. Ask
Don't tell me ideas in the middle of the podcast. You can tell me later, so I can be like, that's a good idea, I'm gonna say it's mine.
Well, these are stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah. No, I wanted to ask you guys mainly about how the official Kamen Rider website has updated with 3 different timers, all leading up to one day at different times for assumingly 3 different projects. What do you guys think those are?
Okay, it's either gonna be like Fudo Detective 2 or like an anime. Which the anime thing probably isn't gonna be too likely, but I really hope for it. The other 2 I feel are gonna be as a joke, I wanna say it's gonna be another The First. Or something like that.
The Last is finally here. With Rider Man.
It's just Rider Man. They're not going to do like Amazon or anything. It's just Rider Man. Actually, wait, they should probably do like Stronger, like Super One now.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that'd be cool.
They would never do
X.
They would never do Super.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
X exists.
Actually, yeah, no. So they probably still. What? Well, no. They just can't get the original guy for Super 1.
Bro, he was in Hey Saber's show, and
No, he wasn't.
Hey Saber, yeah, he was.
That was X.
I thought we were talking about X.
No, we're talking about Super 1.
Oh.
Anyway, my main hope for one of them is another game. But that's because I prefer the medium of games over television.
You know what? This next
You know what?
is just gonna be shit.
Next episode, we're gonna get to interrogate Dom about his thoughts of Memory of Heroes, since he's gonna be playing that. That'll be interesting.
And once more, I will be the odd man out.
Don't worry, Morgan. We'll get to something that we've all seen soon.
So on the topic,
You better fucking mail me your copy so then I can play it for review purposes.
on the topic of Fudo detectives or Tanted Fudo Tanted, whatever the fuck. If it was like a second continuation or just continuation, that would be cool. But if it was an anime, in terms of like studios, like what studio would you guys want to see animate the double manga? I think Trigger can make a really good Kamen Rider anime.
With a little like, I haven't finished it yet, but I have started the manga. But I know for one thing. Don't touch this. I want the chainsaw anime immediately.
You don't want anything to delay.
I don't want anything in the way of my Chainsaw Man. But no, I think Dynax or Trigger might be that, or like Titmouse.
Titmouse?
Titmouse. It's the guys behind like I try to think. He's behind like Motor City and like. One sec.
I don't know who Titmouse is.
They did dang, they didn't do too much, did they? But I do know that they done some really good stuff.
Morgan, do you know any specific anime studio you think would make a good Kamen Rider anime?
I don't.
Alright, that was a good question. For what else I think could be the possible 50th, I think we could be getting... I feel like we could be getting a third movie for 01 Others, or just in general a 50th movie, like Super Mega Hero Tyson or something.
Actually, you know who probably, like, regardless of what you want, you know who probably animated it?
Mappa.
No,
Toei Animation.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, no,
you're right.
It has to be Toei Animation.
Damn it.
It'd have to be Toei Animation.
Why do you have to be
Damn,
right?
I can't. Bro, if it's gonna be like a superhero Tyson, like major, like the super ultra mega superhero Tyson,
like
bro,
they're animating Precure as we speak.
I don't know.
Or excuse me, Glitter Force.
Shut up.
I don't know. I mean, they could get Mappa. I mean, as someone who has recently finished one of the Garo animes, I will say that would be super hype to see them adapt that.
Yeah, they could outsource it, but I somehow doubt it.
I think, like a silly name for a new 50th Kamen Rider anniversary, like Tyson movie, would be perfectly in reason, because the last one was called Cho Superhero Tyson, which basically just means superhero Tyson. And I love it.
New superhero Tyson?
Mega Hero Tyson. 2 this time.
Dang.
It's personal.
Ultra Hero Tyson. Neo Hero Tyson.
This one just gets Ultraman for like a minute.
It's just like a frame from like Ultra Q.
No, it's like that one crossover where Ichigo.
It's
like
Netflix Ultraman.
Yeah, it's Netflix Ultraman. It's Shinjiro.
And then there's gonna be a scene where it's Amazons, and it's gonna be like, maybe I could help, and it's Garo.
I want Garo to stay away from the Amazons.
And then it's Ryuki, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here." Since someone in Korean, it's Legend Hero.
It's just like every Toku ever, like that one sports Sentai from like.
And then V3's gonna be like, "How could I fight this enemy?" And then Spider-Man shows up.
We're just describing the Ready Player One at this point.
A Ready Player Toku.
I'd love it. So yeah, either that or a third 01 movie, or honestly an X8 5th anniversary. Since technically, as we are right now, chronologically, we are past the event of Gem versus Laser, so I don't even know what they'd do for that. If they'd made like an X8 5th anniversary. That'd certainly be interesting.
It's just a slice of life web series.
My one thing is, if it is...
Welcome to the X8 5th anniversary, the movie where Kiryu gets a girlfriend.
I don't know. I think... controversial take. Those first two, at least Brave Snipe is actually a good movie. I don't know what the general thought process... Actually, wait, no, I do know, but I'm just saying, like, that trilogy was really good.
Yeah, and Parapoppy's lame.
Yeah,
bruh. I'm sorry.
Nothing happens there.
We'll apologize to Vivid later for dissing the movie. I do think
as long as that,
since we did have rumors for like an Amazon's like Stronger show, hearing that be announced would be insane.
I think it'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Though my issue is, what would they call it? Like, would it be Strongers?
it would just be like
Strongest. Kamen Rider Strongest.
It'd just be like Stronger. Like, no Kamen Rider, it's just Stronger. Since they tried to do like Amazon Riders the last time.
Strong Rider.
Yeah, no, it'd just be Stronger, and then like a subtitle would be Masked Rider.
Though I honestly like seeing a comparison of Amazon, because like Showa Amazon is on as much as it is Showa, it's like not that goofy of a Showa suit, which makes it kind of a smoother transition into like Neo Heisei.
Stronger is such a Showa suit.
Stronger looks like Stronger looks like I'd find it in like a janitor closet of my high school. Honestly,
it feels like it would be like it Stronger. Like I like the suit, so don't attack me for my opinion. But like it feels like it'd be like in a parody.
You know what
of, like,
Stronger suit looks like?
Old Toku.
Stronger suit looks like when you go to the flea market and you see like the bootleg figure in the packs, like, and it says like Super Defense Force on the thing, and you see like Kamen Rider Stronger in there.
Are you saying Stronger is like the bootleg Kabuto?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, so yeah, seeing like a Reiwa version of the Stronger suit would be definitely interesting.
I keep forgetting it's Reiwa. Oh my god.
Yeah. Again, a Rider game that has the same quality, if not possibly better than Memory of Heroes, would be cool as hell to see, because Memory of Heroes is a fun ass game.
Please.
Preferably with Forza.
Oh yeah. Also,
Forza
anything for anything
game.
Forza 10-year related, please give me.
Forza X8 Saber game.
Dang,
I know it's hard for me to think.
Actually, isn't it the Dino 15?
You know anything? No, honestly, as much as I'd love to see something new for Deno, please let Momotaro's rest.
No.
In fact, just give us a special that's Momotaro's just resting.
No, Deno's 8?
No, next movie year,
No.
Momotaro's is going to be your dad.
1.
What if it's just like
It's 14, not 15.
what if it's like the Blade novel, but it's Momotaro's? It's just like 300 years past then Momotaro's got drafted into the war.
No, Kabuto. Kabuto is the one turning 15.
Oh.
Okay, and Tendo's coming off the blacklist too, bro. Okay, that's my number one want now. Kabuto 15
shit!
years
They
after.
planned this out! They planned this out! No, there's no way they're not making a Kabuto 15-year thing for Kabuto. They planned this out.
Bro, we need this, please. Like,
Tendo Soji.
Tendo comes back from Paris.
Comes back with a baguette in hand and beats someone with it.
He will, dude. He was able to beat somebody with
After
a ball
years.
of tofu in the first episode.
Actually, I know
the
what.
Kabuto Zect is returned to its original owner.
Actually, I know what we're talking about. He knocked someone out with a wallet in the first episode.
Like, Tendo's like the MacGyver of tofu.
The MacGyver or like the Chuck Norris.
He can look in his pocket and make like a bomb real quick.
Grandma once said this: "Make a bomb out of nickels." I don't know what she meant, but
Bro, a writer
I
season
did
where
it.
the main guy is just like MacGyver and makes his forms out of like a piece of paper and a gum off his shoe. That would be good. I'd want to see that.
That would genuinely be the greatest Kamen Rider season.
isn't that literally built?
Build is basically MacGyver. Alright, what do I have on me?
No, he has too many resources in order for it to be completely fair.
What do I have on me? A
Alright.
spider, refrigerator? Alright, let's go.
Alright, this'll do.
I love this.
Alright, maybe we should wrap this up. This episode's getting a little long.
Your mom's getting a little long.
Your face looks... You know what, Dom? You're being cursed with the Kamen Rider Mars realm.
Alright.
Not Mars.
So, thank you for tuning into this episode of Rabbit Hatch Radio, where Zenkaiger is still great, Dino Fury is still not for Dom, and Saber will hopefully get better someday.
Next week, maybe?
No.
It better be good.
Well,
Alright,
bye-bye.
alright.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye. I get the last bye. Nah, nah, nah.